for the 3 psychology principles to get better engagement on social media. The first one that works really well is focusing on the desire. So showing people that they can do something, that they want to do something. So switching your words a little bit. What do you want? Do they want to go on a vacation? Do they want to be more successful in whatever your industry is? And utilizing those words, and especially if you're writing a blog article and promoting that on social media, in the blog article, break it down into bite-sized chunks. So you take something that's hard and you break it down to being easier. And that way people, first they've engaged because they want to do it, and then you show them that they can do it and be successful. It'll increase your engagement, not only for that post, but for future posts, because you've shown the value to them that you can make something that they think is difficult be easy. Are you still messing around?
I can't hear you at all now. I can hear myself, but I can't hear you. Are you talking?
No, I'm not talking.
All right, there you go. But you can hear me.
Yep, I don't hear
the echo gone? The
echo?
Is it gone?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Sorry. All right. And I also want to talk about real quickly, as I sent a mutual friend of ours, Mickey, a message on a thing that I just read that kind of it's like the whole social media is dead. It doesn't work. And the fact that just by doing social media, you are not going to get direct clients for the most part. And that the best way to get new clients is going to be from actually referral marketing, essentially talking to those people that are already clients and trying to get new clients. And I think there's a lot of validity there. However, social media still plays an important part regardless of what you do, because it is one of those social factors that people are looking for as to how professional, how relevant, are you a real business person out there? If you don't have a Facebook, a Twitter account, it's almost like not having a website anymore. People expect you to have that. They look to the content that you're putting out to determine, do I want to do business with you? So I think being active on social media, even if it's just in one platform. And then number 2 is making sure that your content is relevant is very important. And then obviously what we're going to talk about today are going to be how do we take those 3 different psychological steps to get as much value out of each one of the posts.
Right. You can't do social media in a vacuum. Definitely can't. It's only one of the components of online marketing and being a modern business. And I know, I forgot someone I know said it, and I totally agree that even on the marketing side, an agency who does just social media fails every time because it's just one component, and it amplifies the other activities that you're doing. So when you're doing content creation, you're creating blogs, you're creating articles, videos, social media is a way to engage with people, share that content with them, as a component and as a supplemental component of your entire strategy. So you definitely cannot do social media in a vacuum, but you can get direct clients from it if you use it properly and you use a good strategy and you're consistent and you're interacting with your community. You can eventually get sales from it. You're not going to immediately, but you definitely can in the long run.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you talked about using interaction is really important, because a lot of people, when they step offline and I'm behind a computer, for some reason, the brain shuts down from our social behaviors and the fact that it's still another person on the other side, and that interaction is still very important. So I always like to, if you go to a chamber mixer or something, how would you act there? How would you respond to people? How would you handle situations? It's really pretty much the same online as it is in real life. It really hasn't changed at all. It's one of the reasons why I switched over to Blab right now. We're testing out Blab versus Google Hangouts because there's more interaction. However, today, I don't have the chat bar. Do you have the chat bar on your right-hand side of your screen?
I do. Okay. You're just a mess today.
What's that?
So you're just a mess today.
I don't know what's going on. I got really bad audio feedback on my end, and I don't have the chat bar, so you're going to have to take care of that.
And your video is all blurry too. You're 3 for 3. But that's cool. I've got the chat bar, so I can watch it if anyone comments. So yeah, definitely the social media is being social and being interactive, and it goes into the 3 psychology principles. We started with one of them. We had already talked about the first one, which is focus on a desire, because you want to encourage people to interact so that you can also interact back with them and have dialogue and have conversations. And if you do think of your social media as if it's an extension of when you're out and about networking, you're just able to do one to a lot more people, and it just amplifies what you're doing. If you think of it in that way, then you'll probably be a lot more successful in the engagement and the interaction. And so we'll go back to the first one we touched on, which was the focus on desire. So teaching somebody, especially with something that's difficult and they want to do it, they don't know how, they don't know where to start, and giving them the answer to that and making it easier is a way to get people to be more engaged. The next one, the second desire or the second psychological principle is appealing to knowledge seekers, especially if you're in an industry that can be difficult to understand. Put knowledge out there. People are searching on the internet to learn things. And if they're learning from you on a regular basis, you're going to engage with you on a regular basis, those are the people that will eventually become customers, because you have taught them. It's kind of that you teach them enough to be dangerous and they go, oh crap, I don't want to do this on my own. And they hire you to do it for them instead. That's your ultimate goal.
Right. And that falls through with my business. I do a VCC process, which is step number 1 online. You need to be visible. Without visibility, you have absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter. You can be the best at everything. You can have the best content, but if people don't find it, it really doesn't matter. After that is credibility. And credibility is the quality of the content, the knowledge that you're putting out there, because ultimately as a business owner, if you can promote yourself as an expert in your industry, people are going to want to use your services, especially today in an American society, because we're led to believe that if we're not an expert in something that we can't do it correctly. You know, I can't do anything. I can't do my taxes unless I go to a CPA. I can't, file a small claims thing without going to an attorney, or, if I'm sick, I have to go to the doctor, even if it's just a sniffle. We've gotten to that point where I think we've lost a lot of self-confidence and self-value over the years, unfortunately. And now we have to go to an expert. Basically what it does is it makes people feel comfortable. Oh, well, if I go to this person, and they may not be an expert, but if they present themselves as an expert, people are going to feel more comfortable using them. So that's building that credibility. And only until you have that credibility do we get the conversion side. And on the website, conversion equals money. So that's a phone call. They sign up for a white paper. They want to do your webinar, whatever it is.
Right. And the social media just, again, it's a component of that, of driving the traffic to create those conversions. And it's a piece of your visibility. It all just plays together. But with business owners, with going back to the expert thing, the business consultants that I work with routinely tells us as business owners, we should not wear all the hats, because that's not what we're in business to do. If you are a bookkeeper, you are not in business to do your online marketing or your graphic design. That's not your job. And so business owners also have to understand that, yes, we know it's your business, it's your lifeblood, you've built this from scratch, but you shouldn't do it all if you don't have to. And if you're struggling with it, most of my clients, they don't have time to do it. And marketing is the first thing they back burner. Social media and SEO is the first thing they go, well, I don't really have time for that today because I have these other 10 fires to deal with. And so understanding is, finding the expert to do whatever that component is, or to wear that hat for you. And looking at what they do online is a big piece of that, seeing how they've set themselves up with the expert. Do they have the knowledge? Do they make sense? And you can do that as well. So we'll use the bookkeeper example. You're an expert in bookkeeping, then you should probably be putting content out talking about what are the different tax laws. Do you know the corporation tax setting is, sorry, my cat.
That's right. You're not a bookkeeper. We don't expect you to know the answer.
I know, right? The corporation tax filing date is different than the personal tax filing date. And technically I know that I'm incorporated. I don't care. That's why I have a bookkeeper. It's why I have a CPA, and it makes my life easier because I don't have to remember those dates or the little nuances of it, or she takes care of also classifying everything, and it saves me hours and hours of time. I know, the damn cat.
Hashtag cat.
She can't not stay out. So, that looking at your social media the same way, if you're a business owner and you've got the funds to find an expert to help you with it, you definitely should offload that hat because it changes all the time. It's complicated, or it can be complicated, and it's time consuming if it's not your first love or if you don't understand it.
Right. All right. Before we beat this up too much, because we got about 4 minutes before we got to go, and we still got a third tip, correct?
We do. And this is one we laugh at. Tap into FOMO, fear of missing out. Human nature does not want to miss out on anything. Your friends are going to that and you're like, oh, I really want to go. Why didn't they invite me? And it's just human nature. And so if you create kind of that, if you're doing a conference or you're putting out really good paper, really good white paper content, and they're like, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity that, we'll use the conference. If someone's putting together an industry conference, you really want to go because you might miss out on an opportunity. And that's your initial instinct because it could be really good for your business. You could get business out of it. You want to have that same concept with your social media efforts, with your content marketing, is put stuff out there where people instantly, without even thinking about it, going, oh, I need to know this. It kind of ties into the knowledge, going after the knowledge seekers, answering people's questions. People are searching for knowledge. And so if you're putting really good content out that feeds their knowledge, then they're going to engage with you more. HubSpot is a great example of this. They put out so much content that, neither of us use their software. We use Infusionsoft, but I consume their content all the time because they put out really, really, really good content. And so that should be the goal of business owners, to put out really good content where people just, without even thinking about it, give up their information to get the content so that they consume the knowledge.
Right. And what's important to understand, though, is that when they give you knowledge, one, they give you really good quality information, because a lot of business owners are like, oh, I don't want to give away all my secrets and I don't want to do this. And the reality is you really should be putting your best content forward because you're trying to create credibility. If you want somebody to become a client of yours, why would they want to do business with somebody who's only, putting 20% effort out there versus putting 100% effort out there, as far as the quality of information and really how to do stuff? With that being said, you always need to hold a little bit back. And I think HubSpot does a great job of that, because that's the carrot. That's the FOMO. You know what? I've enticed you with all this great information. Now, if you want to know the key to really unlock it, and that's really the thing about business, is that you can tell people all 5 steps to how to do something, but if they don't understand the overall concept, or if they're missing that key to really unlock how to do it correctly, then they're not going to get the overall picture. So you're really not losing anything. And that key is, if you're doing inbound marketing, is going to be that, hey, you need to give me your name and email address in order to get the master key to really unlock this information. And I think when you're talking about HubSpot, that's something they do a really good job at. Right.
Well, their key is their software. So,
sure. I'm referring to actually the content that they put out.
Right. Well, the content they put out, you could piecemeal together an inbound strategy, but the content they put out gives you enough information to be like, oh crap, this is really complicated without the software.
Right.
And so that's their key is, we know. So come buy our software. So that's kind of that's the approach you're trying to do as a business owner, is that you do give enough information that if somebody's going to be a do-it-yourselfer, they're going to be a do-it-yourselfer no matter what. They're always going to do their own books. They're always going to do their own taxes. They're always going to do their own online marketing, whatever it is your industry is. A DIY person is always going to be a DIY person. So what you're looking for is, if you give them enough information that they don't take up any of your time, perfect. They're out of your sales cycle. They're not sucking up any of your time. What you're looking for is a person where you do give them so much information, like forget this. This is way too complicated, way too much effort. I'm going to hire you who already knows how to do it to just do it for me.
And can do it right.
And do it right the first time versus wasting a lot of time and money and effort. So
Okay.
that's the difference between.
Perfect. I was going to say it's 10 o'clock, so I want to end the recording. So why don't we do a recap of the top 3, and then we can stay a couple minutes after answer any questions that popped up.
All right. So the first one is focus on a desire. So find what they want to do and show them that they can and how to do it in easy steps. The second one is to appeal to knowledge seekers. So people are looking to learn things, teach them how to do it. Using the word why is really, really powerful, and to ask the question why and answer it. And the third one is tap into the fear of missing out. Have people just feel compelled to participate because they don't miss out on something. So those are your 3 psychology principles to boost your social media engagement.
All right, perfect. So that's it for our Social Media Wednesday show today. We're here every Wednesday at 9:45 Pacific Standard Time. We do a 15-minute show on social media, so we will be here next week with another show. Hope to see everybody here. Same computer, same time, same place. Sarah, as always, I appreciate the time and energy that you put into the show.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care.